Okay, so how's it going, church? My name's Mike, or Beloved. About 5 years ago, the Lord talked to me. Now I know it was the Lord, and He showed me back when I was in 7th grade. My parents and my grandparents, who was directing a men's home at the time, back in like 90 something. It's now 2015. But God brought me back to this place where my parents had me in when I was getting high at 7th grade. About how I was going to end up on the street, I was going to end up in prison or dead. And I was slamming dope on the streets of downtown LA. And God brought me to that vivid picture. I hated God. I thought Jesus was a fairy tale. Man, I was all jacked up. And I was slanging dope. I was socking people up, getting paid for it. And I have no shame. And God brought me to that place and put a desire to get clean. So I ran away. I went to my mom's to get clean. She seen my arms. She knew I smoked crack and stuff like that, but she didn't know I was slamming heroin. So when she saw that, that was like the end. Oh my God. So I ran for another 2 weeks. I went back to my mom's to find some dope that I had stashed. It was about $600 worth of dope because I ran out of money on the street. God covered my eyes so I couldn't find it. When God covered my eyes so I couldn't find it, He got me high one more time. The presence of God fell on me because my grandparents were praying for me. And when that happened, I couldn't do nothing but surrender to God at that moment without even trying to surrender, because God had me bound. God moved me from my mom's house in Riverside to Chino Hills, where I got saved. I was a block away from the street that I'm always on. I used to get so jacked up, I would wake up 2-3 days later, like, where am I? Not knowing where I am, but being able to get back to where I was, to get to the Connect, to get to my homie's house, to get back and, get some more dope or whatever I had to do. But God had jacked my compass up because He wanted to let me know that He loved me. I didn't believe in Jesus. I thought God, I hated Him. I knew God was real, but I hated Him. 2 weeks I was in a Christian men's home, Living Word, and God spoke to me. Jesus told me He was real, and Jesus told me that He loved me. At that moment, I broke down. The next day I received Christ Jesus in my life, and my life did a change. I started sneaking around a little more, but it only took 2 more months. I was hiding out, smoking a cigarette, hitting a frajo, you know what I mean? And God put my first conviction that I remember. When He put that first conviction in my heart, ever since then, I haven't looked back. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to drink. When that urge came up, I just cried out to God. God poured His Spirit on me, let me feel the effects. But now I wake up every morning, I sing praises to God. There's no such thing as bad days. I only have good days. My family, they don't want me to talk to them about Christ, but I don't care. You know why? Because 15 minutes before I went to go see my grandmother, who's with the Lord, I was wearing a shirt and it said 6 million ways to die, so I choose Jesus. So I'm with my family, right? Another quick blast real quick for Jesus, because Jesus gets all the glory. So check this out. This is how God works. If you have a family member that don't know the Lord, so they tell me, I don't want to hear about Jesus. You try to talk to me about Jesus, it's going to push me away. I said, well, I need this. So I go to see my grandmother. 15 minutes before I get there, she passed away. I'm wearing a shirt that says 6 million ways to die, so I choose Jesus around a bunch of heathens. Right? Isn't this rhyming, right? This is Jesus.